I'm Dawn Marks with the Oklahoman, and joining me today is UCO President Roger Webb.
Hello, Dawn.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
We're going to talk today a little bit about the change in the University of Central Oklahoma in the last several years. So, since you came in 1997, the campus has changed, and why don't you expand a little bit upon that?
The campus has changed in the course of a decade. It's amazing. There's been a real transformation in UCO, and if you hadn't been on campus in a while, you come back, you'll look at the place, and you say, wow, this campus is beautiful. And it's gone from what was at that time pretty much of a commuter college now to a campus where there's students everywhere. They're there on weekends, they're there at night. There's a residential housing that's available for students that really makes the student much more alive, much more fun. And of course, you see with that a greater pride. There's a sort of spring in people's steps. People are proud of the way the campus looks. I don't know if that makes us smarter or a better university, but I do know that there has been a transformation that comes from the physical plan and also many of the academic programs that we have today.
So now enrollment has changed since then as well, right?
It has changed. We've grown about 1,000 students, I would say, during that period of time. It's been growth that's been controlled and in the right areas. But the excitement, UCO is on the radar screen literally of every student in Oklahoma now, where perhaps several years ago it was more of a commuter college for students in the Oklahoma County area. Now we have students from all 77 counties and most states and countries around the world.
Well, great. So I think maybe some of that maybe has to do with some of the programs that you have started. You have a leadership program.
Yes.
You also have the UCO Jazz Lab and the recently announced Academy of Contemporary Music. Tell me a little bit about some of those things and whether you think that had something to do with
well,
that.
I really do. I think it's our responsibility as a university to try to be relevant, to try to find those kinds of programs where there's careers out there, opportunities for students, and one of the things that we're doing that I think is very important and a real asset to students is that we have the theme of leadership that really threads throughout the campus in every field. And we believe that when a student graduates from the University of Central Oklahoma, that they take with them not only a diploma that's relevant and gives them a chance to get a job, but they take with them the knowledge of what it means to be a leader and the responsibility that I think we all have to go out into our communities and be engaged and get involved and pay back. So we want our students, whatever career they go into, if they're going to be in science or in business or in education or in entertainment, we want them to be a leader in their career. And consequently, we have numerous leadership programs. I think UCO is becoming the leadership university, quite frankly, in this part of the country. That this theme is throughout all of our academic programs, and certainly in our auxiliary programs and our activities. There are plenty of opportunities for students to learn how to be a leader.
Well, great. Now, you also have linked with the community through several things, including the Forensic Science Institute. So what's going on with that, and how is that going to be
Well,
in the
it's
future?
a marvelous program. Thank you for that. And it's happening because of the incredible leadership that we have in our forensic science area, our great faculty that's led by Dr. Dwight Adams, who came to us after a distinguished career with the FBI.
Right.
He was head of the FBI labs in Quantico before he came to UCO. And so he surrounded himself with a faculty that's world class, and consequently we're able to recruit those students who see CSI on television and are interested in that kind of a career, and certainly there's a great interest among young people in the science of crime. So we're getting students really from all over the country, all over the world, who are wanting to come to UCO and be a part of this great forensic education program. You mentioned a moment ago the Jazz Lab and our Academy of Rock. I think these are programs which emphasize music and are able to, particularly with our new Academy of Rock that we just announced, we're going to have students who come in that have this passion for music, who may have been turned off by traditional education. They may not have done very well on a math test on their ACT, but their genius is in their creativity and in their music. So we're going to have an outlet for those students who want to get involved to be professional musicians or also in the business of music.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate you coming in.
Well, we're delighted to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me, Don.